大家好，中级英文课，这是第7课。我叫 Warren，我是你的英语老师。This is lesson 7. I will cover a new grammar point, simple future tense. Do you remember the other grammar point from lesson 5, where we talked about the simple past tense? The simple future tense is like the simple past tense, but it is used for the future events, not things that happen in the past. The simple future tense is an easy thing to learn, as you will see. As a reminder, you may want to review lesson 5 in your textbook and the homework that you did using simple past tense. Jim will cover how to use if in English. 是用如果. When you use if in English, you oftentimes use the simple future tense. He will also go over new vocabulary words about making plans. Priscilla will have different exercises on making plans and also review your homework with you. Do you remember this slide from lesson 5? Past tense verbs are used to talk about actions that have been completed. If you look at this timeline, the present is here, and this is the past. For things that happened here in the past, you need to use verbs that are in the past tense. English has verbs for the past tense. So in English, if you were in the present tense, you would say, I eat breakfast every day. That's the present tense. The past tense would be, I ate breakfast every day. In Chinese, verbs do not have tense, as you know. You would say, 每天我吃早饭. Or if it happened in the past, you would say, 昨天我吃了早饭. In English, you need to change the verb eat into the past tense verb ate. I eat breakfast every day. That's the present. I ate breakfast yesterday. That's the past. Simple present tense is used to talk about things in the future. You do that by adding the word will. For example, in the present tense, you would say, I am eating breakfast. So the simple future tense, you do that by adding the word will. It's the future, you add this word will. What is the sentence about eating breakfast in the future? Do you know that? It would be, I will eat breakfast tomorrow. So you will see I added the word will. I will eat breakfast, and I also said tomorrow, which means in the future. I will eat breakfast tomorrow. In Chinese, verbs do not have tense, as I mentioned before. You would say 我在吃早饭. That would be the present tense. I am eating breakfast. For the future, you might say 我明天要吃早饭. In English, this would be I will eat breakfast tomorrow. But in English, because I use the word will here, I do not have to say tomorrow to make it the future tense. You can simply say, I will eat breakfast. And that means something that I will do in the future. So that's a little bit different than in Chinese. Here are some examples of the simple future tense. I will say the sentence once, then please say it with me. 跟我说. It will rain tomorrow. It will rain tomorrow. I will pay for the tickets by credit card. I will pay for the tickets by credit card. He will carry your bag for you. He will carry your bag for you. The baby will not eat his soup. The baby will not eat his soup. You will do exactly as I say. You will do exactly as I say. Will you marry me? Will you marry me? So you can see in each of these sentences that are this simple future tense, I just made it the future tense by adding the word will. It will rain tomorrow. He will carry your bag. The baby will not eat his soup. Will you marry me? So please read the explanation in Chinese about using the simple future tense and the word will. Do you understand now? In English, Socia is written as abbreviation. Say it with me, abbreviation. Abbreviation. You may not have to use the word abbreviation yourself when you speak, but you may hear it from other English speakers, so you will know what abbreviation means. A very common abbreviation for the future tense is using apostrophe I-L-L. So will then becomes apostrophe L-L. In the singular nouns, you can say I will or I'll. I will or I'll. You can say you will or you'll. You will or you'll. He will becomes he'll. She will becomes she'll. We will, the plurals, will be will. You will becomes you'll, same as the single. They will becomes they'll. The opposite of will is will not, and that abbreviation is won't. The next slide will give you examples of all of this. We can also say, before we get to the next slide, we can say we will not or we won't, he will not or he won't, or they will not or they won't. Okay, here are some examples of using the future tense by using the word will and then also using the verb see in this case. I will see. So that means I will see something in the future. I will see tomorrow. I will see later. Or the opposite would be I will not see, or I won't see. Will I see? That becomes a question. Won't I see? Won't I see him? Will I see him? You will see. You will not see. You won't see. You can make it a question by saying, will you see? Won't you see? He will see. He will not see. He won't see. Will he see? Won't he see? We will see. We will not see. We won't see. These are all pretty simple. I'll pause please pause the video, and you can say these out loud to yourself again. They're very simple sentences. Was that exercise okay? Like I said, the simple future tense is pretty simple. You just add the word will in front of the verb. Let's try some exercises. Please fill in the blank by using simple future tense. An example would be, will they move to the new house? Yes, they will. Okay, the first sentence. Will she come to the party? No, she will not. What else can you say? What's the abbreviation for will not? Won't. No, she won't. Let's try the second sentence. Can you make a sentence about the future tense here? It's first a question and then the answer. Will Jack call you back. No, he won't. What's the other way to say won't? No, he will not. The third one, will they go shopping? No, they will not. Or you can say, no, they won't. Will your children celebrate your birthday? Will your children celebrate your birthday? Yes, they will. Now, we talked about the abbreviations for will, and that is using apostrophe ILL. So you can answer this question by saying, yes, they'll celebrate. But you should know that you cannot just say, yes, they'll. 错. You have to say the verb after this abbreviation, otherwise it doesn't make much sense. Yes, they'll celebrate. You can answer it, yes, they'll, but that doesn't sound right. You can say, yes, they will celebrate, or yes, they will, but saying just yes, they'll doesn't sound right. So to make it correct, you have to repeat the verb. Yes, they'll celebrate when you use the abbreviation. Let's try number 5, Di Wu. Simple, will they come tomorrow? You can also say, won't they come tomorrow? The questions are, it sounds a little bit different, but really it's the same meaning. Will they come tomorrow? Won't they come tomorrow? The last one, when will you get back? Pretty easy, right? Let's try exercise 2. Again, these are simple future tense sentences. Can you complete these? If you lose your job, what will you do? In your opinion, will she be a good teacher? Number 9, what time will the sun set today? Number 10, will she get the job? 3, will David be home will David be at home this evening? What will the weather be like tomorrow? There's someone at the door. Will you get it? You can also say, won't you get it? The last one, how will he get here? Pretty simple. Let me erase these, and you can answer these on your own again. Do you remember number 7? If you lose your job, what will you do? 第8. In your opinion, will she be a good teacher? 第9. What time will the sun set today? 第10. Will she get the job? Will David be at home this evening? What will the weather be like tomorrow? There's someone at the door. What do you say? Will you get it? Or won't you get it? The last one, how will he get here? So, you should find the simple future tense pretty easy to learn. It is just a matter of adding the word will in front of the verb. And then you should know the abbreviations for will, which can be, instead of they will, it could be they'll. And then the opposite will be will not or won't. That is all I have for this week. Next, Jim will go over using 如果, if, and the simple future tense as well, plus new vocabulary about making plans. Priscilla will go over your homework and planning exercises. I hope you are learning more and more English every week. 我希望你的英语说得更好。Thank you for watching. 下周见. Bye bye.
Hello, my name is Jim Robinson, and I'll be doing the middle part of Lesson 7 today. Warren has talked about simple future tense, and I will be talking about using if statements in the future tense and present tense format. We'll also go through some vocabulary for making plans on a trip, and then we'll end up with a dialogue followed by some exercises. Okay, using if plus a simple present tense, it means if consists of two sentences, conditional plus the result, and that sounds pretty confusing, doesn't it? But what we're trying to do here is take an if statement, and it could be in the present tense or future tense, and then combine them. Now, we speak, when we're speaking or we're writing, is a combination of not simply present tense, but it's also a combination of past, future, and present. So these examples that are used here are very basic and pretty simple, and I think you'll find this is a pretty simple concept. Okay, so the first one, basic grammar, I will plus a verb, if you plus a verb. Example, if you go to the zoo, I will go with you. So what we've done here, if you go to the zoo, present tense, I will go with you, future tense. You can do it the other way around as well. I will go with you if you go to the zoo. Pretty simple. But the point here, and we'll have a few more examples to follow, is that you use future and present tense together in terms of conversation and in terms of writing. Second example, she will plus verb, if we are plus an adjective. If we are free, she will be free. So if we are free present, she will be free. You can do it the other way around. She will be free if we are free. So once again, it's using the present and future tenses together here. In this case, divided by a comma. Note that if the conditional sentence is beginning at the, let me get this, beginning had a comma in the middle of the sentence. So here we go. Simple present tense. If you want to get good scores, comma, practice more. If the sun shines all day, comma, it gets hot. If it rains tomorrow, comma, I will stay inside. So these are conditional sentences. If you want, it's a condition. If the sun shines, condition. If it rains tomorrow, comma. So on these examples and the previous one, I would read through them a couple of times. Just to sort of get the feeling for it. Combining present and future. Okay, I'm going to keep going on this. I will verb, if I verb. Okay, if I see her, I'll tell her. Stated another way, I will tell her if I see her. But once again, if I see her, present, I'll or I will tell her. Stated the other way, I will tell her if I see her. Okay, I will verb if it is an adjective. If it rains, I won't go to the park. I won't go to the park if it rains. Straight if statement, if you want to get good grades, good scores, practice. If you want, future, to get good grades, good scores, practice more. Okay, here are just some additional if statement examples. If I'm not driving, then my father will be taking us to school. If I'm not present, then my father will be taking us to school. If I do not understand English, then I will speak Chinese instead. 3, we shall play tennis if we do not play soccer. And we shall play tennis if we do not speak soccer. Now we will play tennis, we could use that as well. So I don't know why I'm changing it. If we do not go to the grocery store, then we will go to the mall. Same thing. If we do not go to the grocery store present, then we can go to the mall. If the voters are more competent, he or she would vote law. Okay, vocabulary for exercise. So I'm going to read across. I'll read these twice. And we'll start with the verb. Plan, trip, cheap, during. Post, plan, late, for. Watch, vacation, close. Travel, holiday, expensive. Play, park, slow. Buy, party, far. Visit, weekend, free. Take, break, busy. See, ticket. So I'm going to pause here for just a few seconds to allow you to pause your program and then read through these yourself. And I will read through them. So I'm going to pause for about 10 seconds here. Okay. I'll read through it again. So if there's some words you had trouble with, then hopefully my repeating this will help you out. Okay. Plan, trip, cheap, during. Post, plan, late, for. Watch, vacation, close. Travel, holiday, expensive. Play, park, slow. Buy, party, far. Visit, weekend, free. Take, break, busy. See, ticket. So I think these are really good vocabulary words that you can use every day, especially if you're taking a trip or going on vacation. All this comes into play. Okay. Dialogue, hotel conversation. Well, I'm sure we've all had to check into some hotel at some point in our life. And this might be the kind of conversation you have. And I'm going to read through this twice as well, but I'll pause for you to pause your program for you to read it yourself, and then I shall read it again. Any words that you've had trouble with, you can hear for a second. Jane, hello, I booked 2 single rooms. My surname is Major. Receptionist, welcome to the Holiday Inn, Oxford Street. Please sign the register. Jane, I've stayed here before, so I know that your hotel is very comfortable and convenient for visiting the stores in Oxford. Receptionist, here are your room cards. When you insert them into the slot on your room door, the light will change from red to green. When the green light is on, your room is unlocked. Please, shall we take a photo? Jane, yes. It's a long climb up to the 8th floor. Please, here we are, room 820. Jane, I'm next door, 822. Please, when I've unpacked, I'll knock on your door and you can decide where we want to go. Okay. So I'm going to pause here for 10 seconds. Okay, Jane. Hello. I've booked 2 single rooms. My surname is Major. Receptionist. Welcome to the Holiday Inn, Oxford Street. Please sign the register. Jane, I've stayed here before, so I know that your hotel is very comfortable and convenient for visiting the stores in Oxford Street. Receptionist. Here are your room cards. When you insert them into the slot on your room door, the light will change from red to green. When the green light is on, the room is unlocked. Please. Shall we take the lift? Jane. Yes. There's a long climb to the roof floor. Tweed. Here we are, room 820. Jane. I am next door, room 822. Tweed. When I've unpacked, I'll knock on your door and we can decide where we want to go. Jane. Okay. So we have a real short dialogue. It's just actually the continuation here. Jane, come in, Tweed. I could see you were at the door through my security hole of the people. Tweed, my room is very luxurious. I have a bath, an overhead shower, television, a fridge, and tea-making facilities. Jane, yes, I'm very happy with my room. It is very clean. There are lots of information, leaflets about places to visit in the folder. On the dressing table, Tweed, I'll put the kettle on for a cup of tea, and then we can go out and enjoy the sights of London. Okay, I'm going to pause here for about 10 seconds and then finish this. Okay, again. Jane, come in, Tweed. I could see you were at the door through the security door. Tweed, my room is very luxurious. I have a bath and overhead shower, television, a fridge, and tea-making facilities. Jane, yes, I'm very happy with my room. It's very clean. There are lots of information leaflets about places to visit in the folder on the dressing table. Tweed, I'll put the kettle on for a cup of tea, and then we can go out and enjoy the sights of London. Okay. So we have some exercises here. Please translate the poem. So these first three, in a sense, apply to what's worn long, simple future tense. And the next page has three more, which is more if statement. So, question one, look at that, write something down. You can pause the program. But I'm going to hit return and the answer will come up. The same thing would happen on whatever device you're using. For the first one, we will go home during the festival. So in this case, it's future, the simple future. We will go home during the festival. Okay, look at two. I think you could write something down pretty quick. She plans to go shopping. Well, that's future. It's implied. We really don't have will or shall or would. She plans to go shopping. Implied future tense. They are going to the park on the weekend. There's also future. Going to the park on the weekend. The weekend implies future. So these are all examples of future tense sentences. Okay. Sentence 4. Why don't you look at 4, 5, and 6? I'll give you a little bit of, I'll pause here with a little bit of time to take a look at those and then look at them. Okay, number 4. If he travels, I will travel. If he present, I will travel future. Pretty straightforward. If I'm not busy, I will visit my parents during the spring break. Again, if I'm not busy today, present, I will visit my parents, future, during the spring break. And 6, if the tickets are cheap, they will go to the movies. Once again, present, if the tickets are cheap, if they're cheap, they will go to the movies. These days, they should be pretty cheap. Movies at the movies and everything. Okay, so that ends my part here. Priscilla, I think, is going to start up with hers following this. So thank you very much. Hope you learned something.
欢迎来到 This is Intermediate ESL. 再一次是我. Again, it's me, Priscilla. Today I'm going to talk to you about last week's homework review, 第六课的作业. And I'm also going to tell you about this lesson's homework, 第七课的作业. Last week, the homework lesson was to use adverbs of frequency and adverbs of manner to make sentences about travel, hopes, and plans. So the homework was 是用平副词和情态副词造出关于旅行机会的句子. Anyway, this was the example that I gave. I always wanted to visit Morocco. Morocco, Morocco. I worked hard and carefully saved money. One day, a teacher kindly noticed my interest and told me about an opportunity, 一个机会. Before traveling, I gladly studied the language and learned about the culture. My trip was exactly as I had hoped. I enjoyed every minute. When it was time to go home, I sadly said goodbye. And now I often think about where I will travel next. These were the adverbs in the story that I wrote. I used two adverbs of frequency, always, which in Chinese is 总是, could be one way of saying it, or 一直, and often is 平常. And then the other words, the other adverbs of manner, 情态副词, hard, carefully, kindly, gladly, exactly, and sadly. So I hope that you were able to write something similar and use some of these adverbs and now you understand a little bit more about adverbs. I want to show you, if you watch my cursor, adverbs almost always go after the verb. Almost always go after the verb. But this word always is before the verb. In my sentence, adverbs almost always go before the verb. In that sentence, almost always is an adverb, and it's before the verb go. So, but here in this second sentence, I worked hard and carefully saved money. It's both. I worked hard, adverb is after the verb. But here, the adverb is before the verb, carefully saved. A teacher kindly noticed, it's before the verb. So they can go different places. And it's just practicing, reading, listening, and trying to say using adverbs where you'll get it. You'll get good with practice. Homework for lesson 7. Here you have on the screen 图表. You have a weather forecast, 天气预报. And what you see in the 天气预报 is today's weather, 今天的天气. is sunny in the morning. AM stands for morning, and PM stands for after the afternoon. So, and PM stands for afternoon, late afternoon, evening, and night. AM is anything after midnight. So it's early morning hours, 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. Okay. But anyway, the 天气预报 says that during the day, today it's sunny, and at night it's clear skies. Mm-hmm. And tomorrow it's partly sunny with some rain. That's what this picture shows. So 明天的天气 is a little bit of sun and a little bit of rain. And then at night, a little bit of rain, and that's what a chance of rain means, a little bit. So the homework for lesson 7 is write sentences about your plans. Lesson 7 talked about future tense. Lesson 7 talked about simple future, 简单未来式 for 动词, okay, 动词. So, and they also talked about making plans, 计划. So, what we want you to do is use those words, the vocabulary from lesson 7. So, 第7课的词汇 and the 第7课的语法 grammar about simple present tense and write sentences. So it says it here. 造句用现在简单时和简单回来式形容你的计划和天气. So talk about this weather and your plans. So here's some examples. It is sunny today. So I showed you that the weather forecast, the 天气预报, said that it was going to be sunny. So it is sunny today. Here's my plan. So I will take a walk. And the simple present is here. But the simple future is will take a walk. Okay, so the homework actually is practicing simple present and simple future. Another example. Tomorrow, 明天的天气, okay. Tomorrow will rain, so I won't go out. All right, and here you have it in Chinese. 明天会下雨, 所以我不会出去. Okay. So the simple future is in both sentences, will rain and will not, or won't go out. I won't go out. Won't is will not. It's the same, except this is contracted. Mm-hmm. Your turn is for homework, write some of these sentences. And next time, you can always send questions through WeChat. And next time we'll look at some more sentences that a person could write with this weather forecast and talking about plans to go places, plans to do things, using simple present and simple future tense. Okay, so please take care of your health. 请注意保重身体 and see you next time. 下次见. Bye-bye.